Nobody tells you that the bravest thing you will ever do might look, from the outside, like simply getting dressed. Maya Angelou once said, "Courage is the most important of all the virtues, because without it, no other virtue can be practiced consistently." Amira Hassan had that. She just hadn't needed it like this before. Amira is 26 years old, first-class degree from UCL, a position at one of London's most respected architecture firms. A flat in Hackney she chose, furnished, and paid for entirely by herself. She has a system for everything, a plan for every contingency. The small silver frame on her bedside table holds her father Hassan Mohammed Hassan, a man who believed that love should be built the way good buildings are built, with intention, with the right materials, with nothing left to chance. He passed 3 years ago. Before he did, he made one final arrangement, not for his estate, for his daughter. Amira picks up the frame, holds it, sets it down the way you set down something you are not quite ready to let go. Downstairs, her mother Hodan moves through the kitchen in her warm terracotta darak. The air is thick with the sweet spice of Shah, Somali tea, brewed the same way for over 3 centuries, and something older than the tea itself, something that feels like memory.
You've adjusted that hijab 4 times this morning. I counted.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You did this before your architecture finals, before your first day at the firm. You do it when something matters.
What if we have nothing to say to each other, Hoyo? Your father and I sat in complete silence for 11 minutes the first time we met. That sounds terrible. He married me 3 months later. Your father chose carefully, my love. He always did.
Amira carries that with her all the way to Kensington. The hotel is the kind of place that reminds you London has always been 2 cities at once. The one people live in and the one people aspire to. Marble floors, warm brass lighting, white flowers that nobody stopped to choose, but that somehow say everything about the care taken to create a space where important things can happen. She arrives first. She always arrives first. In Islamic tradition, this first meeting between prospective spouses is called the Nazar, simply 2 people given the honest permission to see one another. The Prophet ﷺ encouraged it. He said, "Look at her, for it is more likely to create love between you." Daniel Osei had thought about this moment for 2 years. Then the entrance doors open and he walks in. Tall, unhurried, deep navy suit with no tie, a small detail she notices immediately and files away without knowing why. He scans the room once, finds her instantly, the way people find things they have been quietly looking for. They sit across the small marble table. He says he almost wore a tie. She tells him he made the right call. And then the conversation begins to mean something.
Why did you agree to this? You don't look like someone who needed his uncle to find him a wife.
I didn't agree to it. I asked for it.
You asked.
I spent years looking for the right things in the wrong places. When I converted, everything clarified, including this. I would rather begin something with complete intention than stumble into it and hope.
I built a checklist at 23. Degree, career, stability, then maybe someone. I finished it. And then I stood at the end of it not knowing what came next.
That is the most honest thing anyone has said to me in a very long time.
She had not planned on bringing that laugh today. They walked slowly toward the exit, neither rushing it. When she asked how his uncle knew her family, he mentioned a conference, Islamic finance. He said Manchester. She slowed.
You said Manchester, 2019.
I was there. Not with my uncle, I was presenting a paper on cardiac care funding.
You were at that conference?
There was a woman, not on the program. She stood up during the open session and challenged the entire panel. She had a blueprint drawn on the back of a program sheet. I had never seen someone so certain of something in a room full of people trying to talk her out of it. I told my uncle about her that same evening.
That was me.
I know.
You knew? This whole time today, you already knew.
I knew who you were. I didn't know you. That is why I came.
Scientists discovered that the human brain processes a face in just 13 milliseconds before your conscious mind has even registered that you've seen someone. Which means Daniel Osei had already felt something about Amira Hassan that afternoon in Manchester, long before he knew her name. The Thames at Blue Hour is one of London's most honest places. Amira stands at the embankment railing, coat open, hijab settled loose and unhurried. The version of herself she usually keeps private. She pulls out her phone and types a message to her mother. "He is not what I expected. In the best way. 3 dots. Then the reply arrives. Your father knew." She reads it twice, looks up at the river, the city lights beginning to catch on the water like 1,000 small certainties. A Harvard study, the longest happiness study ever conducted, running 80 years, found that the single greatest predictor of a good life is not wealth, not status, not achievement. It is the quality of the people you choose and who choose you back. She smiles. Not the composed, measured smile she carried into that hotel lobby this morning. Something quieter than that. Something that belongs only to her and to whatever this is becoming. Their love was not a coincidence. It was written. She smiled on the walk home. She texted her mother. She felt something she hadn't felt in a very long time. The quiet electricity of a beginning. But Amira Hassan does not know what Daniel Osei has not yet told. She does not know about the call he received the morning of their meeting. She does not know what his mother said when he told her about Amira. And she does not know that someone else, someone she has never met, already has an opinion about whether this love story gets to happen at all. Next time she asks her mother everything, she was too composed to ask him. And her mother's answer changes everything she thought she understood about that morning. The Promise, Episode 2. She asked her mother everything she didn't ask him. New episodes of The Promise drop every Tuesday and Friday, right here on Halal Romance TV. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never walk into the middle of a story. And if you are watching this on TikTok, follow us at Halal Romance TV for daily scenes, lessons, and moments from every episode. One last thing, drop a comment below. Tell us, did you see the twist coming? Because we need to know. Until Tuesday, take care of yourself and the people who chose you.